Yo, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. We greatly appreciate you guys being here. In this video, we're going to be covering some of the big combat system updates that New World just dropped with their January patch notes. There were some pretty incredible changes in here, some things that really changed the way combat works in New World. So I'm going to read through some of these, and then we're going to talk about the last couple here because they are very, very important to the overall gameplay in New World. So let's jump in here and take a look at this. So we have, first, they updated grip breaking to make it more apparent to players. They have grip broken, or having grip broken now triggers a visual reaction. So those are just some quality of life adjustments so that players can now better see the grip mechanics in the game. They added a new grip break sound effect to better highlight when a player's grit is broken. They updated combat networking in a continuing effort to improve how combat functions, which means they adjusted hit detection logic to add a brief delay before attack hits are confirmed to better detect hit versus blocks and dodges. So that's just kind of an update to the way of the hit detection. They adjusted ranged attack cancels to ensure they offer as much flexibility as the melee attack updates that we had mentioned in the December updates. Are the big ones right here. All right, so the first big one, players can now move during ranged attack animations. Red, I know you're a ranged player, man. I know you like that musket, dude. What do you think about this change here?
Yo, dude, I think the musket boy dream is alive and well, brother. We can strafe, we can shoot, dude. I obviously, like, as a musket person, did not like the stationary feel that it gave, and now that there's movement with abilities, dude. Hopefully, this is going to free up a lot of that. A lot of those abilities within that skill tree. It's going to be fun to see the effects of that for sure.
I think this was a much needed change for sure, man. I know, like, I didn't play a ton of ranged. I like the musket. I like the bow a little bit better than I like the musket, but a lot of those are even real stationary and you can't really move around during those animations. And it just didn't feel real good, especially magic. Whenever you casted your magic animations, man, that was rough. It's very stationary. Playing a magic user or a mage in New World was just, it really wasn't all that fun, in my opinion. I didn't really enjoy it because you just couldn't move. You're so stuck. You're stationary. The gameplay, being stuck whenever you cast a spell or use an ability, is just not fun. It made for kind of a boring experience. So I'm so glad they added this into the game. I think this will add a lot of versatility to those builds now. I think mages will be much more viable and much more fun in the future. And I also think now having playing musket, dude, it's going to be dope. I think you're going to like it. So now, this is the main topic and the thing that they changed that is an absolute game changer to combat. So New World has now reduced the number of weapons a player can equip from 3 to 2. So your second weapon slot still unlocks at level 5 as before, but now you can only have 2 weapons, dude. This is a massive change that is going to change the gameplay experience in New World a lot. Dude, what's your thoughts, man?
All right, so back to your mage thing real quick. That's a big the movement with the range thing is a big deal because, like you said, with the magic users, how am I supposed to like go up against a tanky person when I'm standing still in cloth armor? So that's an amazing change. The 2 weapon change deal is massive as well because it, by choice alone increases the amount of diversity in builds. It also prevents you from from everybody having the same weapon in their back bar, which in the preview event, it was the life staff because basically you just use the blink. Why not? It's like a mount basically. So everybody was using the life staff. It eliminates that, I think, to the point where, you're going to see just off of that alone, a diversity in the number of builds that we'll see. Also, Bordy, I think it does, force players into more important choices with their equipment, with their statistics. Also, dude, just the simple fact that, now that they've removed the global cooldown system, managing 2 weapons is going to feel a lot cleaner than 3 because, again, your weapon swapping is going to be a majority of your actions with 3 weapons, trying to manage those 3 different sets of cooldowns. So now you have 2 weapons, 3 active abilities in each weapon, which I think plays into that large group of people, Bordy, that don't want New World's combat to deteriorate into like an ESO combat or something like that, where it's just ability spamming. This reduces the amount of abilities that you can use by what, 1/3. right? So now you only have
Yeah.
6 skills to manage and 6 skills to use, which you know, puts us back in that meta of like basic attacking and blocking being a large part of combat, which is great.
Exactly, man. I think their whole idea this entire time has been to have a lot of player skill involved with the action-based combat, and I think this does just that, as you had mentioned, because now you only have 6 abilities, so it does cut down on that ability spam a lot, which I think is great. And I hope they don't add any more to that. I don't want any more abilities than 3 on each weapon, to be honest with you. I know there's probably a lot of people out there that do. There's a lot of people that like that style of gameplay. I personally don't. I like the 3 abilities. I like to keep it simple, and I like to rely on my skill and my movement, my positioning in fights. And I think that's what separates the really good PvPers from the not so good ones. Even in PvE situations in New World, your positioning and where you're at and how you move, how you dodge, and then your overall build now too, because we know there's you know, things like threat that's been added into the game on the PvE side of things. There's going to be a tank and a healer now. So I think all of these things are great, especially for like for healers and for magic users, man. Like, because before it was a main weapon, and like you typically what people run around with was a melee, a ranged, and then the life staff to heal and to dash, right? The third weapon really didn't make a lot of sense because you really didn't ever switch to it anyway. And I don't really see a lot of people switching to that either, with all the changes they made with how fast weapon swapping is, and they increased the speed of weapon swapping, all that good stuff. What do you need a third weapon for? And we might get flamed in the comments here, but I have a hard time seeing the use for a third weapon. Right, well, you have 6 abilities. I don't know what you need it for, other than some utility weapon that you would use, like the life staff. And then I really think it promotes everybody in the game finding that weapon that everybody's going to use and just throwing it on their back bar, just because they don't have anything else to put there.
Well, and I think it also, that third weapon kind of, I mean, realistically, kind of showed the weaknesses of the building system within New World, because, you know, number one, you're choosing a primary stat, and now there's 4 of them, right? So you're choosing strength, dex, intellect, or focus to build your character around, depending on your role or what your goal is with your character build. And so having that, you know, that third space to put a weapon that is hopefully, you know, tying into your primary stat or your primary stat build, that starts to get sketchy, because then, like, why do if I'm a strength character and I'm like, you know, one-handed sword and shield, and then I got the great axe as my you know, off weapon for like AoE pulls and stuff like that, why do I have like an intelligent based weapon on my back bar that I can blink around everywhere?
Exactly.
Like that just, you know, again, like you said, is prone to lead to a meta that everybody has the same weapon on their back bar, and now that is definitely or not going to be the case, because then you're completely I think you're completely sub-optimizing your character, because if you only have one strength-based weapon with all your stats built out as a strength character, and you have a life staff on your back bar, you now have like 3 ineffective abilities that you know that are going to be like unusable without those statistics. So, dude, I think it's a mass. This is definitely like one of the biggest changes they've made to the game so far, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. My overall thoughts is incredibly positive. I like this change. And I know there's people out there that were against it. There's a lot of people out there that really liked the 3 weapons. I personally didn't. I think this is a huge change and a huge step in the right direction for New World. I think this enhances the skill-based level of combat in the game, limiting your weapon choices. It enhances the builds, the build variety. It does a lot of things for the game, just this one simple change. And I'm thrilled. I can't wait to get in there and play it. Also, because of build variety, dude, quick plug here. We are going to have a tool on newworldfans.com. It is a builder for you guys. So you can go out there and make your build. So it's still a work in progress. There's been a ton of changes to New World over the past couple months. But that will be or should be finished upon launch. So that'll be a great tool for you guys to go out there and start building out your characters with. It's going to be a New World builder. It's going to be a really awesome tool. And I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And especially with this change here and all the other changes they made, now builds are going to be so much more diversified. I think that builder will be a great tool and a very widely used tool for the New World community. So I hope people enjoy that thing.
Yeah, dude. And this is the perfect time to sign Taken up for things that he has to do, because he doesn't have the internet right now. So we just need to, like, you know what I mean? Like video document everything we want Taken to do. And then when he gets interested again, I'll be forced to do it because we already did it. We told people we are going to do it, and now it's happening.
Exactly. It's happening.
Yeah.
That's right. He'll get it done, man. He's dedicated as well, so it's going to happen. But yo, dude, you have anything else to add, man? I'm stoked, dude. I'm like on cloud 9 right now with this change.
Yeah, it's great, dude. And hopefully in a future video, one of the, a teaser, hopefully you guys have read the patch notes already. There's a lot of really great changes, but dude, the elite monster system is shaping up to be something very, very good for the replayability in the future New World. So I'm excited to talk about that. Hopefully that'll be a video upcoming for you guys, because I think that's one of the other really big changes that I'm excited about.
Absolutely, man. We're going to continue to break down all these patch notes for you guys in video form. We'll have those up very, very soon. And of course, we have our podcast, New World to Go, that posts on the YouTube channel and on all the available podcasting platforms. Anywhere you can find a podcast.
Episode 50, Taken's on the podcast.
We dropped episode 50 not too long ago. Taken was on the podcast. You guys hear us talk about Taken all the time. You have a chance to go see him on the podcast on the YouTube channel.
A beautiful man with full head of hair. I bet you thought he was another bald guy, but he's not. He's got nice hair.
That's right. He does. All right, man. Well, I think that's going to about do it. You have anything else to add?
No, dude. I'm just, again, excited about these changes, dude. The future New World, it continues to look bright because they do, they listen to feedback and again, they took all that preview event data and they're not squandering it. They're putting it to action, and that's extremely encouraging to see from a developer that is willing to work with their community to create a game that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. So. Extremely excited.
Man. I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. 2 weapons instead of 3, baby. Let's go. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. We appreciate it. Please make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell for more New World content just like this. And then we post a ton of other content on this channel as well, MMO related and multiplayer online role-playing game related. So make sure you hit that sub button and go visit New World Fans. Go visit New World Fans. It's going to be a great resource for you guys. And there's going to be a ton of stuff going up on that website. So thank you guys once again. We appreciate you guys more than you know, and we will see you next time.